What we're gonna be doing. We're gonna be talking real quick about how to convince your family to let you ride a motorcycle. This is gonna be something that a lot of people have been asking me, and they ask me all the time, especially the younger crowd. I mean, you're probably 16, just got your license, maybe you're 18. Even as an adult, sometimes you want to get your parents' approval, and you want to make sure that you're doing the right thing. Because as a parent myself, it's kind of scary to watch your kid try something new that especially is dangerous, and we watch it all the time. Okay, so first and foremost, I'm gonna go down the list real quick. So motorcycles are actually dangerous. You have to understand that motorcycles are actually dangerous. Promise not to drink alcohol and ride. That's a big one, especially if you're, well, even if you're underage. I know a lot of underage kids do it. Let's not do that. Smaller bikes are safer. Okay. We're going to talk a little bit about that, what safer really means. You need to promise to wear gear, not just to your parents or to your loved ones, but to yourself. Okay. So it's not only just, how to convince your family like your parents, but also like your wife, your husband, partner, whoever. If you die, then what? Right. That's usually a comment that your loved ones ask you or tell you, and they're like, one's if you die, what's going to happen to me? So we're going to kind of go over that. So first and foremost, motorcycles are actually dangerous. Remember, we got this sent in to us. This is homework, by the way, from one of the students here at the MTC Rider Academy. So anyways, motorcycles are actually dangerous. Don't BS yourself or them. So we talk about motorcycles all the time on the DanDanTheFireman Channel. This is what we're doing here. This is a live stream going on right now, but live class. You have to understand the risks. Okay, we talk about planning a ride, MTC awareness stages. We have all these different patterns, left turners in front of us in an intersection. Corners are actually dangerous. Failure to negotiate corners are a huge thing when it comes to single vehicle accidents. It's not going to be anybody else's fault except for you. So we have to understand that, there are risks. Okay, motorcycles themselves aren't dangerous. They're just sitting there. I got my e-bike right here. It's just sitting here. It's not dangerous. But if I'm riding 20, 30, whatever miles an hour on this thing and I hit a pole, it's kind of dangerous. So it's really your skill set. So make sure you guys are actually riding safely, riding smart, watch these after action reviews, take the MTC Rider Academy courses, and watch MTC YouTube. So there's plenty of other resources on YouTube. Take an MSF rider class, and that's kind of something that your family will really appreciate. Promise not to drink alcohol and ride. Okay, so first and foremost, drinking and driving is absolutely illegal. Everything is just diminished. Okay, so it's a depressant, so your muscles and your nervous system is going to be slow to react. Your eyes are going to be slow to focus and slow to react. And typically when you're drinking, right, it's at night. So if you're riding at night, that's already a hazard. You're riding a motorcycle, that's already a hazard because you can't see very much. Now you're drinking alcohol or you're taking any type of intoxicant. Okay, lots of people crash, lots of people die. I believe it's 29% of motorcycle fatalities in 2021 or 2020. There was alcohol in the system of the motorcycle rider that was above 0.08. So if we could just reduce alcohol intake and not have it while we're riding or before riding or whatever, we're pretty good. And promise yourself and promise your family that you're not going to do that, especially if it's something that you like to do. Smaller bikes are safer. Yeah, kind of. They're a little bit easier to maneuver. That's one of those things. They're a little bit easier to maneuver, a little bit lighter weight. And we're talking smaller as in, not just smaller as in the actual whole bike. We're talking like a Honda Grom is small compared to like a Road King. We're also talking like CCs, basically the power that the motorcycle has. Honda Grom is like, was it a 125? Right. Yeah, 125, and then I got my FTR 1200S, which is a 1200. Okay, so differences in that. But yeah, easier to maneuver with a smaller bike just because it's lighter weight, and then also it's a little bit more forgiving with the torque and the power that you have going on with that. Promise to wear gear, not to yourself only, but to your family. All these things are not just to yourself, but make sure you promise to wear gear. So full set of gear: helmet, jacket, pants, gloves, and boots. Full face helmet, motorcycle jacket, motorcycle pants, motorcycle boots, motorcycle gloves. So I say motorcycle first. You don't want to just wear fashion leather. You don't want to wear just regular jeans. You don't want to wear just this. Okay, you want to wear actual stuff. So grab yourself a full face. You want to cover that chin, cover your airway. So if you do crash, it's not crushed. Your whole body could be fine, but then your airway's crushed and you suffocate to death. So you don't want to do that. Plus your family, when they see you walk out of the house, getting on your motorcycle, full set of gear, they feel a little bit better. It's like you wearing your seatbelt in your car. It's not going to save you every single time, but it's going to help mitigate some injuries. If you die, then what? This is that guilt trip. So this is what you can do. Okay, so I got a few things here. So if you die, then what? Okay, we said top 5, or if we have 5 tips, we actually got 7. So there's 2 for this one. How you can solve this is get life insurance. Okay, so a lot of the things when we're talking about if you die, then what? There's that emotional grieving. There's a bunch of other stuff that has to go on when it comes to your family losing you. At the same time, if you're a contributor financially, If you're also a contributor with, providing anything else, mentorship to the children or whatever, what can you do? Specifically financially, get yourself life insurance. If it's your job to put in half or all of the income to pay for the mortgage, pay for the rent, and then you go away, you're leaving your family in a bad spot. Okay. So make sure you do something and get, life insurance. It's not that expensive. Be an organ donor too. I'm an organ donor. But yeah, get yourself life insurance, get yourself really good insurance, get yourself anything that will protect you when it comes to a financial loss, when it comes to a crash. So remember, we're getting all these things before we start riding, or even during we're riding, and we're discussing this with our family. So then they're like, okay, solve this problem for me, this. And even at the end of the day, they might just give you an ultimatum. They might say, no, I don't care if you did all this stuff. Don't ride. If you ride, we're not together anymore. If you ride, I'm never talking to you again. If that's the case, I mean, you wanting to do something that you absolutely love, riding a motorcycle, having some fun, and it's something that you've always wanted to do. Let's say you're 40 years old and you've always wanted to ride a motorcycle and you just never did because people have told you not to. Or you're 16 and you've been, watching motocross, or even, your best friend's riding, or your dad even rides, or whoever, your uncle rides. And they're like, don't follow in the footsteps of Uncle John. It's like, well, who cares? Okay. This is your life. Make sure you do what you want to do. If they do give you an ultimatum, it is kind of a toxic relationship at that point. I mean, they're trying to control you based off of what they would do. And we can dive into that and go crazy. But at the end of the day, you have to be willing to let go of not necessarily that relationship, but at least set up new boundaries. So if they don't like it when you're riding a motorcycle, they don't want to hear about it, whatever, then yeah, sure, don't hear about it. You never bring up the motorcycle with them, never talk to them about it, never, if you show up to like an event on the motorcycle, then all right, we're not talking about it. This is what I'm doing. And if they really shun you and they push you out because of something like that, sorry, join the D Different Crew Discord. We got a Discord here. We got 10,000 people. We'll hang out with you. We encourage you if you want to ride. If you can't ride yet or whatever, just join up. We're inclusive. We hang out. We encourage each other, support each other. So there's always new people, new relationships you can have. But yeah, really sucks when it comes to that. Really sucks when it comes to that. Convincing your family to let you ride a motorcycle is somewhat tedious. But if you love that relationship and you really like that relationship, and you want to keep that relationship, sometimes healthy communication and sometimes healthy conflict is good, only if you have healthy repair. So make sure you repair that.